Hello, I'm TurbulentTy, and welcome to another Turbulent Guide. Today I'll be going over Let's Do Lili's Lucky Lures. And this little mod adds some various fishing items to the game. And so what we'll do is I'll go through some of the recipes first, and then I will go through and how some of these items interact with the mod and the world itself, and some other things that this adds. So we'll start off with the bamboo fishing rod right here. This is crafted with 3 pieces of bamboo and 2 pieces of string. It will function just like a regular fishing rod. You are able to enchant it as well and everything like that. Now we also have a fishing net. So this is crafted with 3 sticks and then 4 pieces of string. And this, actually I'll demonstrate how to use this a little bit later, but this is how you interact with the schools of fish and the floating debris and everything like that. We have a spear. You craft this with 2 sticks, 2 iron ingots, and an iron nugget. And this will function much like a trident, with the exception it doesn't quite get all the enchantments that trident can get. But it is nice to be able to throw it. And I suppose just to demonstrate how it works here, you just kind of right click on it to hold, and then you'll just kind of give it a whip. And then you can kind of pick it back up. Next we'll have dynamite. There's 2 ways you can craft this. You can craft this with a piece of paper, a piece of gunpowder, and a piece of string. Or you can also take just some regular TNT, and if you put it in the crafting menu, you can craft it into 3 pieces of dynamite. Just take note, if you do take the TNT and you craft it into the 3 pieces of dynamite, it is a one-way crafting recipe. Next we have the redstone coil. This is one of the more expensive resources to craft in this mod. You'll need 4 blocks of iron, a block of redstone, a redstone torch, and then a redstone comparator. And what this does is actually, after you craft it and power it with a redstone signal, you can use it as a kind of a base defense. You have technically 4 different modes. We have off, which is where it is right now. You right click on it, and you have this fish here, which will attack fish. We have this one right here, which will attack other players. And then we have this one, which will attack hostile mobs. Just to warn you, it is quite slow. But yeah, I'll kind of give a little demonstration of that later after I go through the recipes here. Next item, we have a fish trap. You craft this with 7 pieces of bamboo and 2 pieces of string. Now you can use this as a decoration, or it also has a functioning purpose. And like I said, I will go through all those at one time here with everything. We have a fish bag, which is this right here as well. You can use any 9 fish, and it'll craft into a nice little bag form. We have a hanging frame, which is crafted with 7 sticks and 2 pieces of string, and you can just kind of interact with each string on its own right there. And it's just kind of a way to display your catch. Next we have the fish trophy frame, and this will be crafted with 5 planks and then 1 gold ingot, and it'll behave kind of the same way as this little thing right here. You can kind of just display your catch on there. Next we have the fish net, and this is crafted with a lead and a slime ball, and it actually has 2 different forms. And so what you do is you have this one right here, where if you place it like this, it'll kind of behave like that. Then if you shift and right click, it'll put it in its other form, which will make it more into a fence. So that's the fishing net. Also, it does kind of behave like a bed almost, and it has a little bit of bounce to it when you have it in its horizontal form. Next, I'll go over some of the food recipes that are added by this mod. First up, we have a cod meal, which is made in a crafting table with a potato, piece of kelp, and a raw cod, and a bowl. And what that will give you is uncooked cod, and then you have to place it into a furnace to get your cooked cod meal. And what it will actually do is it'll actually give you luck when you eat it. Next up, we have salmon rolls, and this is made with 2 raw salmon and a piece of kelp and a bowl. And interesting about this one, this is the only of the edible recipes in this mod that you don't have to actually cook, and this will give you luck for 4 minutes. Next, we'll have drilled tropical fish. This is identical to the cod meal, with the exception that you use a tropical fish in place of the cod there. And again, when you craft it, it will craft into an uncooked tropical fish, and you'll have to put it into a furnace again. And then lastly, for the food recipes, we have the puffer platter, which will be made with 2 potatoes, a puffer fish, and a bowl, and that will get you the uncooked puffer platter, which again you'll have to put into a furnace. Next up, we have the soaked bag, and how you'll get this is you'll actually get it by fishing in the floating debris. However, it's a little confusing with the word, because if you look at the achievement guide, it says fish in floating debris. However, you don't use the fishing rod, you'll use the fishing net, and I'll demonstrate that here. But before I do the demonstration, these are some of the things you can get out of the soaked bag. You have a chance to get some fish, a diamond, an iron ingot, iron nugget, various forms of iron armor and chainmail armor with various enchantments, a stick, and then as well as a spear with variable degrees of enchantments and durability. Alright, now on to the demonstration feature. So I will first be demonstrating this fishing net, which kind of works with the soaked bag that we're just talking about. And so what you do is you'll find these little things like these in the water, and these will spawn just kind of like randomly, like entities would, like hostile mobs. It's like they just kind of spawn in the river. And so to find the soaked bags, what you're going to do is you're going to kind of go over to them, and then you'll right click on it, kind of like the brush mechanic. And I am not close enough to it. And then you'll kind of get some bubble effects right there. And then you'll know you did when it does that. And then you'll right click it again, and you'll kind of get whatever it's going to give you. And you can do this multiple times until you deplete this entity of its health. It has a little health bar, which will kind of just deplete. I believe it has 3, or is it 4? Let's see here. So 3. And so with that last, after the third one, make sure you right click again in order to get your actual product out of your net. And that's how you can kind of get your chance for a soaked bag. Then you have these other things. We have, like, they call them ocean fish pool, as well as river fish pools. The ocean do not usually spawn in this particular biome. I just put them in here with the creative mode to demonstrate them, because I didn't want to find an ocean, I'll be honest with you. And then this is some floating books. This will behave the same way as the floating debris. And it'll give you, again, a chance at some books, some fish, and I believe you have a chance for some enchanted books as well. Hopefully it'll give me one here, and we can kind of demonstrate that. Yep. So as we can see right there, we got mending out of it, which is very nice. And again, 3 times. And that one didn't... Oh, no, it did give us another book right there. And so as you see here, just by kind of going into the river pools here, you can also have a chance to get some Heart of the Sea as well as some fish. So if you have this mod, I highly recommend crafting the fishing net and just kind of going for these little pools that will spawn just kind of randomly. And I believe these are 3 as well. Yep, 3 as well. Ooh, and you do have a chance to get the angler's hat with an enchantment. I actually did not realize that with that. So that is, I'm happy that appeared there for the video. And then for a final demonstration of the ocean pool. As you can see, it does yield more stuff as other than just fish. And there we go. So that is how you use the fishing net. Next we will move on to the fishing trap. Alright, so the way the fish trap works is you actually have to put seeds into it in order to get it to catch a fish for you. And depending on what you put into it will determine what you're going to catch. So just starting off here with the wheat seeds, if you put wheat seeds in, you're going to get some cod. And then if you put in some sweet berries, you're going to get some salmon. And then if you're going to get, if you put in some beetroot seeds, you're going to get some pufferfish. And then if you use melon seeds, you'll get tropical fish. And so that'll work for that. And actually, just for my own curiosity, while we go on to the other stuff here. Okay, I want to see if that would work if you just put this on land. But no, so it does have to be in water for you to actually be able to place your seeds into it. So that is good to know. And also to actually put your seeds into the trap, all you do is just, when it's in the water, you just right click it. Next I will demonstrate the redstone coil here. So what we're going to do is you're going to put down redstone to power it up. We're going to set it to the hostile mobs right here. And then we'll just kind of put this guy in right here. And I guess I didn't account for the sunlight. So yeah, but as you can kind of see, it kind of kicked on there. But we're going to test it with this right here too. Now this I got to be careful with. There. So, and as you can kind of see, be careful because it can set fire to wood and stuff. So to save my stuff here, I'm just going to deal with this. But yeah, so that's how the redstone coil work. Very good point. Do be careful because the way it acts is it can cause fire. Did not account for that when I was testing this out. So yeah, we'll just turn that back off. And alright, a couple more things to sign this video off. So the angler's hat, as I demonstrated earlier, you can get it from using the fishing net. You can also get it through the advancement tree. If you collect all the treasures and everything like that and go through this advancement tree, you can receive one that way as well. So you're guaranteed to get at least one going this route. And then also too, another thing that it will give you is a Lily's Lucky Lures banner, which I think looks very nice as well. And then if I take my hat off here, it will give you it emits a radius of luck around it. So if you place this when you're fishing, you can get a little extra luck here. And then if you want more of these, what you can do is you can take a smithing template and a netherite ingot. You can put these into a smithing table. Oh, I lied. Now this is interesting because in all of the other Let's Do series mods, if you wanted to duplicate these end game banners here, you were able to. However, this appears you cannot with this particular setup here. Yeah, so it's not even that it's a... Alright, interesting. So if you do get the Lily's Lucky Lures banner, make sure you hold on to that because as it stands right now, you cannot make more of them. But just so it has right here. It is a reward for collecting all the rare items. Basically, you go through the advancement tree, and you'll get it that way along with the hat. Alright, and that's what I have for Let's Do Lili's Lucky Lures. If you made it this far in the video, I'd like to thank you very much for watching. I noticed on my channel I had just reached the 500 subscriber mark, and I don't really know what to do with that yet, so I'd be open to ideas in the comments. I was thinking of some kind of like a one chunk challenge type thing. I have another mod pack that I've been working on, and it's a different one chunk challenge, because what you can actually do with it is you start off in kind of like a skyblock scenario where it's just one chunk, but as you go to the bottom, you can find materials to craft additional chunks. And then I also had it with a mod pack with some of the create mods as well as Cobblemon, and I thought it would be kind of interesting to maybe kind of combine them into like a one chunk Cobblemon Nuzlocke challenge thing. I found a mod that adds like some NPCs that you can kind of battle and train against and such. So that was one thought. Again, let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in something like that, or if you just want me just to stick strictly to guides. In the end, whether or not I do will be ultimately my decision, but your comments will kind of help guide me which way I decide I want to go or focus on more. Also, I do have a little Cobblemon server that runs, Cobblemon as well as some create mods. If you're interested in joining that, let me know. You do have to be whitelisted and everything like that. And I do have a Discord that it kind of works in. You don't necessarily have to be in the Discord to participate in the Minecraft modded server if you don't want to be. But that's just where I post all the updates and everything like that. But yeah, I think that's what I really got for you right now. So thank you again so much for watching, and you have a great day.